God's surprises. Very easy to miss. Have you ever found yourself caught in the rhythm of routine? The predictable ebb and flow of daily life, where one day often blends into the next? We wake up, we work, we rest, and sometimes in the midst of this predictable pattern, we forget that the God we serve is anything but predictable. We've spoken before about the profound truth that God desires us to walk by faith, not by sight. This fundamental principle guides our Christian journey, calling us to trust in what we cannot see, to believe in His promises even when circumstances seem to contradict them. Yet, in His infinite wisdom and boundless love, God occasionally breaks into our lives in the most astonishing, delightful, and utterly surprising ways. These aren't meant to be the foundation of our faith. We don't live on these surprises, but they are divine punctuation marks, moments of affirmation, glimpses of His active hand at work. They are gifts, unexpected blessings, or sudden insights that can profoundly impact our spiritual journey. The challenge, however, lies in our ability to recognize them when they present themselves. Because, as today's title suggests, these divine surprises are often very, very easy to miss. Consider the words of Psalm 103, verse 1-7. It tells us, "He made known His ways to Moses, His deeds to the people of Israel." Moses, in his deep intimacy with God, understood God's ways, the underlying character, the principles, the consistent nature of the Almighty. But the people of Israel, perhaps less intimately connected, saw His deeds, the miraculous interventions, the parting of the Red Sea, the manna from heaven, the water from the rock. These were God's surprises, His undeniable actions that broke into their ordinary existence. We need both, to understand His ways and to recognize His deeds. Let me share an illustration that brings this challenge to life. A seasoned deer hunter, a man who spent countless hours in the forest, once spoke about his experiences. He noted that while the forests are absolutely teeming with deer, it's a rare occurrence for one to simply jump right onto the trail directly in front of you. When that does happen, he explained, it's quite startling, a moment of pure, unexpected awe. He likened it to an astonishing miracle or a very specific, undeniable answer to prayer. These are the deer-on-the-trail moments in our spiritual lives, clear, unmistakable, and often breathtaking. But then, he related the flip side of the coin. How readily an inexperienced hunter can believe he's spotted a deer, only to find he is completely mistaken. Their eagerness, their desire to see, can lead them to project what they want to see onto the landscape. He told a story about a particular hunter who, overhearing others talk about an elusive albino deer living in the forest, became obsessed with finding it. One day, as he walked slowly and quietly through the dense woods, he caught a glimpse of something undeniably white. His heart pounded. Moving with extreme caution, holding his breath, he crept closer and closer, his anticipation building. He saw that what he had glimpsed was indeed large and very, very white, too white. Eventually, as he got close enough, the stark reality hit him. It wasn't a rare albino deer at all. It was an abandoned washing machine. It's so easy to go through life missing God's genuine surprises because, like the inexperienced hunter, we don't truly know how to spot them. We might be looking for something grand and dramatic, missing the quiet whisper or the subtle shift. Or conversely, we might be so eager to see God at work that we spiritualize ordinary events, reading into them more than we should. We might mistake an abandoned washing machine for an albino deer, attributing divine significance to something completely mundane. Sometimes, God's surprises explode in our lives like firecrackers, undeniable, loud, and impossible to ignore. These are the deer-on-the-trail moments. At other times, we find ourselves squinting into the spiritual forest, wondering if what we see really is an albino deer or just an abandoned washing machine. This uncertainty can lead to doubt, confusion, or even cynicism. Every one of us needs to understand the reasons why God delights to surprise us. Why does He choose to break into our routine with these unexpected gifts and interventions? He does it because it reveals His character, His creativity, His personal care for us, His sovereignty over all things. He does it to build our faith, affirming His presence and power in ways that sight alone cannot explain. So, let us cultivate a discerning heart, an expectant spirit, and an attentive eye. Let us learn to distinguish between the genuine surprises of God and the abandoned washing machines of our own imaginations.